Miguel Bikan, a Miskito community of 195 families, was the one selected to work on the tridimensional map for the monitoring of climate change. Miguel Bikan is one of the 23 communities that are part of the Miskito, Huanqui, Tui, Tasbaica territory. It's on the northeastern part of the North Autonomous region of Nicaragua. Miguel Bikan is located approximately 100 kilometers from Bilwi, the capital of the autonomous region, and 60 kilometers from Waspam. Miguel Bikan was selected because it is a community with a strong and stable communal organization. It has very active and organized women. It has forests and other natural resources that have been protected by the communities. During the preparatory process, Miguel Bikan authorities show that they had interest in climate change and measures to protect their natural resources, to promote adaptation and mitigation measures, that they were committed to stop the deforestation that affect their community. The preparatory process of the mapping began 6 months before, and it started with workshops with authorities, with leaders, women, youth from the 23 communities. The communities began to create their talking maps with information about their boundaries, rivers, small creeks, about their roads, the areas that are impacted by natural disasters, their sacred sites, the type of forests, the areas in which the spirits are living, the areas for hunting, for gathering, the areas through which they are being invaded by farmers, colonizers. They identify the areas in which women are threatened or girls are being raped, the areas of potential conflicts. Alay, tupali, alay, tupali. It was important that this experience of defining a monitoring system become part of the regional strategy of climate change of the regional government. The climate change strategy was defined between 2011 and 2012. Because of that, in the preparatory phase, CATP subscribed an agreement with the Regional Autonomous Council and the Secretariat of Environment of the regional government. The Huanquitangni Association and the authorities of the territorial government created a technical team, and 3 months before we started preparing for the map. We participated in the workshop that Tepteba held in Bangkok. We work on a community guidebook to work on the manual. We did exchange with Veterinarios Sin Fronteras and members of the Telpaneca community in the other side of Nicaragua that had already experienced a mapping process. We train some members of the community to use GPS, and we work on the different instruments to gather and systematize the information for the map. Our first activity, once we started the map, was to get free, prior, and informed consent from the members of the communities. So we visited each one of the hosts, and we also did a diagnosis to identify conflicts in the community, their main problems, and to also strengthen the information that we have gathered during the talking maps. And at the end of that activity, we held a communal meeting. In the communal meeting, we organized a logistical commission that was responsible to ensure the materials, to prepare the food for the participants, to build the table where we were going to build the map, to close the area where we were building the map, to ensure that nothing would happen to the map. The second commission was to gather more information in the community, to go back and document stories, the stories about their spirits, traditional knowledge of the community. We also created a commission that would visit the boundaries of the territories and make more GPS, gather more GPS information. These were men and older men, young men, and they went out to the communities. Another commission was responsible to cut, paste, and to build the map. But the children also played an important role. They went into the community and they gathered information about plants, about animals, about game.
Alay tupali, alay tupali, alay tupali, alay tupali. Usus taya siksira Mawan taya paulira Animata balauma Bipiara kia warwi ba Badrus baya balauna Ani palira nuwa pukuna kia warwi banina blikisna Usus Namualakit wirgo proa kabia sintia kaira balik muna isna Bruno bapira suika una nandia tapia bapia isna Alika usus Usus taya siksira Mawan taya paulira Ani mata balauma Bibiara kia warui baba drus baya balauna Ani palira nua pukuna kia warui banina blikisna Winapa Alika Leo French Wanki Makalka Mana disuku tiambra Usus bawang paunira mita aku paliwisata Yang aikal diawak tatan mandaman ku katakuna Bini kum sinapusa kuna banggang war katakisna Bibiara terus dan paliman daman ku katakuna Alay tupali Alay tupali Alay tupali Alay tupali Bago palimot para Tawang tuwi daw kibang wisa Yara kiya na nitikisa Alay Alay Tupali Alay Tupali Konti wala na waramte Kiam ka wala na niba Kusu bago pibangsa Kwamu bago pibangsa Grupo bago pibangsa Poyo bago pibangsa Pomera blikang balisa Alay
At the end of the week, once we had the map, we held another communal meeting where each one of the commissions had the opportunity to give back the information. It was a day of dialogue, of validation of information, of sharing knowledge between all. It was the day in which each member of the community had the opportunity to place the information that they have gathered on the map. At the end, it was a day of party. Miguel Bikan had their map, finally. We have begun to see the impacts of the map. There have been already a workshop in Miguel Bikan with the members of the 23 communities and other territorial authorities. The members of Miguel Bikan have strengthened their self-esteem since they got involved directly. The map is their map. Now they are sure of what are their resources and what is the knowledge they have in the community. But the map also helped the community and other communities to identify areas of conflicts that needs to be negotiated. We have learned important lessons. With autonomy, we can advance in the mapping process. The process of building a tridimensional map creates a lot of space for exchange, for strengthening of knowledge. The map in Miguel Bikan has proved that mapping is really a tool to empower communities. We are also preparing a multimedia to include all of the information that was gathered in Miguel Bikan in this tool. We are now negotiating with the autonomous government to make the adjustment to the instruments that were used to gather the information so they can become part of the monitoring system of the regional government for dialogue. Our next steps will be prepare a book about Miguel Bikan with the information that have been gathered.